All right, so we're going to talk about building up these values. Here's a beautiful drawing of a flower. And the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you're right-handed, work at the top left of your paper and work down as you go so you don't smudge all the work you did. Also, always have a little piece of white paper under your hands, so as you go you're not smudging your drawing all over the place. If you're left-handed, likely you'll start on this side and draw and move down this direction. Okay, so let's talk about how to build these values up. The first thing you're going to do, keep your pencil sharp and build in your very white values first. Look very intently at the photograph you're using as a reference. You're going to build up really strong values, bold values first. I should keep my pencil sharp, so that will give me nice sharp edges. So try to attend to that. Once you create a really significant pool of light value, you'll bring your stump over, go into that pool of white pigment and pull it down. A round motion is preferred to not get distracting lines that you have to deal with later. Go into the white pool of pigment and pull that pigment into other areas as it appears in your picture. Go back and forth for lighter areas, build it up. Now what happened is, once I pulled all of that pigment out of the white area, I lost some of my brilliant whites. So at the end, you may have to go back with your pencil and never touch it with a stump when you're building up your serious white values. I'm having to go back in here using round motions, build up my vibrant white values. All right, always looking back at your real picture. Now for a line like this through here, you may notice there's a little shadow. You can create a little shadow. Like this. You can also make fine erasing edges with your eraser. You can twist a tiny bit on your eraser to erase tiny bits out. You can smash a flat edge on your eraser if you want to create a ridge through something. Let's say that you want to erase something out that kind of got out of hand, but you don't want to disturb the rest of your picture. You can create what's called an eraser shield. And if you take a look, see this distracting white edge I created? What if I took a piece of paper and pulled it over and protected my drawing and used it as a shield? Then I could erase in tiny spots where I need to without wrecking the rest of my drawing. Always look back at your real drawing. Anytime you have eroded your white pool of pigment, you may have to come back with very light motions and build it back to true white. Note that the flower doesn't have a big white line all the way around it. To keep it from looking cartoon-like, this student looked at the real flower photograph and noticed that some of the edges are dark, some are medium, and some edges are light, and drew it accordingly.